Hey, Tabitha. My last live got shut down. My sound was off. The sound came back. Then I don't know what's wrong, y'all. I don't know what's wrong. I don't know what's wrong. Ugh. Try to build your own video up on your phone on YouTube and see. I'm listening to it on my phone. I don't hear nothing. I don't hear that sound. I'm listening to. I'm on my phone right now. I don't hear the sound. I don't hear it on my phone. Yeah, I don't know what. I don't know what y'all hear because I don't hear it on my phone, and I don't know what to do. Oh man, oh man, oh man. Mm-mm-mm-mm. It's a buzzing sound, but I'm still clear. Try to plug in some earphones so you can hear you closely because the sound is faded, but it's there. Auntie Didi says she doesn't hear anything. The mic is unplugged. I unplugged the mic. The microphone is unplugged. That's what I'm saying. I unplugged the microphone. Yeah, that's the plug for the microphone. It is unplugged. Yep, the microphone is unplugged. Let me unplug it and plug it back in. Let me just plug the light directly in. Let me not plug this in. Let me see if I do this. Let me see if I just plug the light in. Can y'all still hear it? I don't know, y'all. I don't know what it is. You can still hear it. Abby said, see, some of y'all hear it, some of y'all don't. Abby saying no. Zap saying not as bad. See, some of that's what I don't know what to do because some of y'all are saying you hear it, and some of y'all are saying y'all don't hear it. So I don't know what to do. All right. All right. Hold on. Let me see. What's this plug for? Oh, that's the camera. Hold on. On your phone, the sound is just low. Let me unplug my phone. Maybe I got my phone charging. Let me unplug my phone charger. Did that make a difference if I unplug my phone charger? Let me move my phone from the computer. You can hear it on your phone. I don't know what the problem is. Yeah, I don't know what the problem is, y'all. I don't know what to do. I guess I just have to shut it down for the day. But see, I don't hear it on my phone. So it's hard for me to hear because I can't hear it. Oh, now I do hear it. I hear it now. I didn't hear it at first, but I do hear it now. Huh. All right. I don't know. Let me see. I've unplugged everything, y'all. Something. Can you hear me? So it's the webcam. Huh. All right. Thank you. All right, y'all. So it's the webcam. I don't know why. I don't know what I don't know what's happening that it makes that sound because excuse me. So it's gone. But here's the thing, the webcam is plugged in. I plugged the webcam back in. Huh. I mean, I don't have it connected, but it's plugged into my computer. Huh. All right. Well, thank y'all for hanging out with me. Sorry about that. Oh well, I guess we just had to deal with this picture for right now. I don't know why I did that. I don't know what's going on. Let me see something. Don't cuss me out. Did it come back? Did it come back? It did come back. Shit. All right. All right. Let me turn it off then. All right. I'll turn it off. Okay. Everybody is saying no. Okay. Well, everybody else said no. All right. Let's just finish this up, child. I don't know. You can hear me fine. Y'all can see me fine. Fine. The lights on. It just is what it is. We just got to deal with this picture, child. Okay. Oh, it didn't come back. Oh, I thought you were saying it did zap. Okay. Anyway, child, let's get on back to these people. Let's get on back to the funky. I mean, we didn't even get the funky Dineva yet, child. Well, that's because that was the webcam. Y'all said that the noise was because of the webcam. So, all right. At least now I know what, because I've had that problem before, but I never knew what it was. I never knew what it came back from. I came back from 2021. Anyway, child. Okay, we back. Y'all, we back. We back. I'm sorry about that. Thank y'all for rocking with me. Thank y'all for hanging in there and helping me figure out what the problem was. I hope that, knock on wood, we good. Okay. Now let's get back into this. So So like I was saying, shout out to Emily D. Baker. She's a YouTuber, she's an attorney, and she breaks down a lot of the legal cases. So she's been talking about it was the webcam all along. Yep. So she's been computer is pulling the audio from another source and not the webcam. The microphone? Maybe the microphone. Maybe the microphone. I'm not good with this technical stuff, Tabitha. I had to play around with that. Thank you. I had to play around with that because I didn't do anything. I was just sitting here. I didn't touch nothing. So I don't know if it's a short in the wire. Maybe I moved and it hit something. I don't know. Yeah, Emily is great, and so she breaks down a lot of the cases. So she's been doing Britney Spears, she's been doing Jen Shaw. She does like any of the celebrity legal cases. She pulls the documents. Hey, peace, love. What's up, boo? She pulls all of the documents and she breaks it down. So if y'all check out Emily Baker. And then on Friday she does like a whole roundup, and she just kind of goes all the way. Yeah, it did. It just came out of nowhere. But thank you. At least I know what it is now. So, because before I didn't know what it was, and I would just shut my lives down. Okay. Sure. All right. So she was breaking it down, and I was listening to her. So what she was saying was that the judges of the case, the Cardi B case, have told the judge has told the lawyers that they need to go ahead and they need to come to some sort of settlement, because, and what she was saying was that whenever the judge instructs you that it's probably a pretty good idea to settle or to try to come to a settlement, that lets you know that the judge pretty much has sort of know which way they're going to go. And usually the attorneys that they are encouraging to settle the case are the ones that's going to probably lose. And they have been telling Tasha K's attorneys, y'all need to go and settle this case. Y'all need to go sit down and y'all need to come to some sort of settlement. And so what they said was that it's probably not looking good for Tasha K in her case with Cardi B, that Cardi B is going to probably win her lawsuit. Now, let me say this to y'all. Do y'all remember, and we talked about it here, and this was a while ago. This is probably 6-8 months ago. This is a while back. Maybe not that long ago, because listen, COVID, it all runs together. So it may not be that long ago, but this was a while back. And remember, they have a soundbite of Tasha K admitting that she knew something was a lie, but she repeated it anyway. And it was specifically to this Cardi B case. And remember, Armand Wiggins played that because she took the video down, but Armand Wiggins had the soundbite, and he did a whole live where all he did was play that soundbite over and over and over. And like every time somebody would cash app him, he would twerk and he would play the soundbite again. It was hilarious. Whether you like Armand Wiggins or not, I don't care one way or the other. But when I tell you that they had me dying, because he would twerk and he played, he must have been on there for, and then Jason Lee, remember Jason Lee from Hollywood Unlocked called in and just kept cash apping him. Jason Lee must have cash apped Armand Wiggins $1,000 that night. He just kept sending him $100 cash apps. I mean, listen, I ain't want to be counting people money, but I was counting. And I counted probably 10, I know it was $1,000 because I counted $100 cash apps. So I know he made over $1,000 just off of Jason Lee that night. And people was cash apping him. And every time he would twerk, because, they got this whole ongoing thing. And I remember saying at that time, oh, well, that's Cardi B's case right there. Because she's suing her for slander. And what Emily was saying was, people like myself, people who do celebrity news and all of that, we are protected to a certain extent when it comes to slander and stuff, because what we can say is we believed it to be true. That's why we say allegedly. That's why we always say, hey, this is just my opinion, because if you're reporting something to be a fact, and then and what Emily was saying was, once she got, people act like cease and desist letters don't mean anything, but they do, because what a cease and desist letter says is, I am now putting you on notice that what you are saying is not true. So when Cardi B's attorneys sent her the cease and desist letter saying, listen, you have said that my client did A, B, C, D, and unless you have proof that this is beyond a shadow of a doubt a fact, you need to stop saying it. And she wouldn't do it. Not only did she not stop saying that Cardi B had herpes, she doubled down on it. And if you go back and listen to Emily Baker, I think it's in the title. Like, she's very specific about her titles. So it was her live. I want to say it was from last Friday. Either it was last Friday or the Friday before last, where she went through the case, and she was talking about, like, Tasha K did like 3 lives in one day. And in every single live, she doubled down. And that was after she got the cease and desist. And so, hey, what's up, Faith? Mwah, what's up, babes? And so it's kind of one of those things where you were put on notice by her attorneys. Now, Tasha K and her attorneys are holding on to the fact that, well, we have this picture of her with a cold sore, so that means that she has herpes. But what Cardi B's lawyers are arguing is, first of all, that's not a cold sore. Like, you can't prove that was a cold sore. You saw something on her face. You can't prove that it was a cold sore. And even if you prove that it's a cold sore, the story that you're going by is the story from this alleged, hey, Lamone, hey, boo, is the story from her alleged ex-roommate, who is saying that she got the sexually transmitted kind of herpes. See, if you've ever had the chicken pox, you got herpes. But there's a difference in saying, oh, I got the chicken pox versus, oh, I got it from Bob down to the script club. You know what I'm saying? So, right, it could have been a damn pimple, right? It's no proof that it was a cold sore. And so what the judge was telling Tasha K's attorneys were, you need to go and sit down with them, and y'all need to settle this, because it's probably not going to look good for you if you let this go to court. It's probably not going to work out for you. So the final case has not been resolved, but what happened was, Tasha K, when Cardi B sued Tasha K countersued, that was thrown out. So now Tasha K has to defend herself against the original accusation, which is what Cardi is suing her for. So, oh, you had shingles too? Wow. Yeah, that's usually an older, there's no rule, but that's usually an older person's situation. But there's no rule, So yeah. So that was that. Like I said, I was gonna talk about this and all of that, but I was on vacation. So so, and again, however you might feel about Tasha K, however you might feel about Armand Wiggins, however you might feel about, but when she said that live, when that woman, because what it was, for those who don't know what I'm talking about, there was a woman who came out and said that she sends false information to Tasha K all the time, and that Tasha K never fact checks her. She just goes with it. She said, I've sent Tasha K lies about Chris Brown, and I sent her lies about Cardi B. And what Tasha K said on that live was, I know that they were lies. I didn't give a fuck. I think that's the quote. Because like I said, Armand Wiggins played it 20,000 times. I think that's the quote. And she took the live down. But y'all know how this shit goes. Not before somebody got the sound bite. And baby, I'm sure if you go to Armand Wiggins' channel and you type in Tasha K, Cardi B, or whatever, I'm sure it is still up. Baby, when I tell you he played that sound bite 5,000 times, and I promise you that live was 2 hours long. And he kept twerking. Every time somebody sent him a cash app, he would twerk and play it again. Y'all, it was hilarious. It was really funny. Anyway, now, Let's talk about the Funky of the Dineva. Now, I am not here to say nothing nasty, bad, or reckless about Funky Dineva. I'm up and down with Funky Dineva. I like Funky Dineva. I don't agree with Funky Dineva all the time. But Funky Dineva put something on his Instagram last week. And matter of fact, we were still in Puerto Rico. It was the last day we were in Puerto Rico because I was listening to it. And Ebby was like, what are you listening to? And I said, that's Funky Dineva. It was like maybe an 8-minute video, 9-minute video on his Instagram. And I see that he took that video and he uploaded it on his YouTube channel. And I remember thinking that's a word. And I was going to talk to y'all about it. And so I'm glad he put it on his Instagram, on his YouTube, because y'all know Instagram lives disappear and all that kind of stuff. So I'm glad he put it on his YouTube. And I promise you, Cardi B sent him a child. Cardi B probably did, because I promise you, Cardi B sent that clip to her lawyers. If she ain't get it before Tasha K took it down, she had it, okay? And he probably sent her the whole damn video. Is that the live where Tasha was packing luggage for her most recent trip? Child, I don't know. This was a while back. No, that live was months ago. Months and months ago. This was again, all the months are running together, so I can't say definitively, but this was a while ago. And yet Cardi B bought him a Toyota Corolla at this point. Child, I don't know what she done bought him, child. Gotta be quicker than that, okay? And Tasha K's lawyers told her to shut up. She even said, my lawyers told me to stop talking about it, but she just couldn't help herself. She could not help herself. So 2 things that Funky Dineva has said. One is the live that he did on Instagram. But yesterday, then he turned around and did another really good live. Tabitha, if you're still in the bushes, you'll appreciate this. I ain't talked about the Victoria's Secrets Karen. Okay, I saw that video last week sometime. I want to say I saw it on Tabitha, either her TikTok or her Instagram. I saw that video a while ago, okay? When I say a while ago, y'all know what I mean. Last week sometime. It ain't a new video to me. I thought it was ridiculous when I saw it. I think it's ridiculous now. I ain't talk about it because I'm tired of talking about these damn Karens, okay? But Funky Dineva said something on, again, he said something, it was on his Instagram, and he's going to probably put it on, it might be up now anyway. He said at this point, we just need legislation. We need legislation. We need Karen legislation. And I don't know what we want to call it. I don't know how we're going to break it down, but we need Karen legislation. Because that situation at the Victoria's Secrets, there are so many levels of ridiculousness that I would have to start a whole new live to break it all down. And I don't have the energy to break it all the way down tonight. But y'all seen the video and y'all know what I'm talking about. Let's start from the fact that nobody in the store tried to help that woman. The people that worked at the store did not ask that woman to leave. Mall security was not called. Listen, let me tell you something. When me and my friends used to walk around the mall, and listen, let me tell you something. We went to the black mall. So it won't even like we was in the white area. We was at the white mall, okay? We was at the black mall. And if we got too loud and we got too rowdy, or we went into a store and was doing a little too much, I promise y'all mall security came and tapped us on our shoulders. Now, I ain't never got put out the mall, but I have definitely been asked to bring my volume down. I've definitely been asked to leave a store, whether I had money or not, whether I was buying something or not. So the fact that that video, which has been edited down, is still 3-4 minutes long. And I'm sure that I know it's been edited down. And when that woman laid down, because she didn't fall, she literally took her time and laid down on that floor and proceeded to shake and convulse as if she was having a damn seizure. And then she actually assaulted the black woman. And at no point in time did I see anybody intervene on the side of the black woman. Again, there are so many levels to this that I ain't even got time to go through all of that. And then Victoria's Secret is going to release a statement talking about something we're investigating and we're deeply disturbed, but we applaud our employees for handling the situation as well as they did. Huh? I didn't see them handle shit. Matter of fact, it looked like they kept bringing people up at the register and was like, "We just going to ignore it and hope it go away." That's what it looked like to me, because I could see clearly people were still being rung up at the register. I at no point in time, and again, I know it's an edited video. I know it's an edited video, but at no point in time did I see anybody handle it. Now listen, I have worked retail. I have worked at the lane of the Bryant. I have worked at the Target. I have worked at Walmart. I worked at a shoe store. I have done retail. And I have seen my manager have to ask people to leave the store. I have seen my manager refuse to ring people up. I have had to ask people to leave the store. I have seen security called on people. I have seen the popo called on people. Okay, let's be clear. All of the above happens. I didn't see none of that happen down to the Victoria's Secretions. What is a 10-hour employee supposed to do outside calling security? Well, what I'm saying is they didn't even do that. They could have, and again, ask the woman to leave the store. If, let me say this to you, Miss Honey, if I had seen, and I know I saw an edited version, so let me keep prefacing that I saw an edited version. If I had seen management ask that woman to leave the store and she refused to leave the store, if I had seen management in any way, shape, or form try to intervene and say, "Excuse me, ma'am, we're not doing this in here. We need you to calm down. What is the problem? How can we help you? What happened?" Like, if I had seen in any way, shape, or form anybody that worked at Victoria's Secrets ask anything, then I'd be like, okay, because you're right. I'm not saying that you put your life on the line, because clearly that woman was a little disturbed. But even the woman in the video is clearly saying, "Can y'all call security? Can you call security?" Like, she's asking them to call security. Now, again, they did call security, right? When security found, but let's be clear, I don't believe they called security when the altercation first started. Personally, now that's my opinion. And yes, mall security was some idiots too, because they said they couldn't do nothing, child. Like I said, that whole scenario is so much to unpack. There's no one person to blame in that scenario. There's enough levels to go around. But right, that's all I'm saying, Miss Honey. Now, I ain't saying that nobody need to act like Rambo and all of that. When I worked at I remember one time I worked at Walmart, and one of the employees kind of went Rambo on somebody. And I mean, the person was doing some, just, I don't remember all the details, but what I do remember is that the person was definitely being disruptive. He was asked to leave. He refused to leave the store. And one of the guys working there, like, physically put him out the store. And I remember on one hand, they were like, "Thank you." But on the other hand, they were like, "Don't do that again." Because it's like, we don't want you to, like, if that man had a knife, if that man had I mean, this when I was in North Carolina, the man could have had a gun for all I know. He was like, "Please don't do that again." You know what I'm saying? So I'm not asking anybody to put their physical, and when I worked retail, they would tell us, don't. But all I'm saying is, I feel like there's a lot of blame to go around in that scenario. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. Wait, mall security can't do nothing. So what are they there for? Yeah, if mall security can't do nothing, then yeah. Let me say this: mall security could do something when they put me out the damn stores. Me and my friends. Shit. She broke the whole video down. Okay, I had to go check it out. Hey, Cahoots. I like that name, Cahoots. What? You know what? I made up a whole name for you. That does not say Cahoots. I just made up a whole name for you, baby. I'm sorry. Y'all be making up names. I really got to do better. I really got to do better about making up names for people. But my point is, what Funky Dineva was saying was, at this point, I'm tired of seeing the videos. I'm tired of having the conversations. I'm tired of going back and forth about Karen and all of the Karen examples. At this point, there needs to be some legislation. That's what we need to be pressing Congress for. Forget the state level. This needs to be just like the federal hate crimes. This falls under a hate crime, because let's be clear. We've said it here before. There is no bigger weapon in. I mean, when I say no bigger weapon, y'all know what I'm talking about. But let's be clear. Wars have been started over white women's tears. And they know it. and they know. You see, how many more examples do we have to see of women, white women, straight up lying, knowing that if they lie and say that they're being assaulted, they're being chased, they're being threatened by a black person, that the police are going to show up and they're going to show up on 10. How many more examples do we need to see to tell us this? They know that the weapon and they know how to use it. And this is something that is taught. You ain't born knowing this. You are taught this. So we got the woman in the park, right? We've seen videos of the woman at the park with the man watching. The man was looking at the damn birds. We saw blatant lie. We saw the woman at the hotel with the little boy with the cell phone. We saw the woman at the park because she didn't want the people to barbecue. We've seen the woman at the apartment building. She couldn't believe that a black person could possibly afford to live in the same apartment building as her, and she demanding to see their fob to get in the front door. Like, how many more examples do we need to see of white women using their white tears to try and get us fucking killed? Because let's be clear. You know and I know, when the police show up on 20, they don't stop to ask a whole lot of questions. The little girl was arrested at the hotel. She absolutely was. And I'm gonna say this: that's an exception to the rule, because we know a lot of times it don't happen. And she's even being charged under the federal hate crime. But I want a Karen bill. And I'm serious. We ain't got to call it the Karen bill, but I want a Karen bill. And I know that there is some language that is out there. I get it. But we need to tighten that language up, because we are seeing way. And again, it ain't just start. Exactly, peace, love. Exactly. Emmett Till. It didn't just start. Rosewood. We could keep going on and on and on. Matter of fact, there was another massacre that I was reading about. Remember when we looked at that map of all of the massacres and we were talking about Tulsa, Oklahoma? Tulsa, Oklahoma was started because of an alleged situation between the elevator operator and a white woman. I want to say it was in Tennessee. It was Tennessee. It was a massacre and it happened in Tennessee, and it was because of the black man dating white women, right? So, and he was mixed. He was half white, half black. He was dating white women. They ain't like it. They tore up the whole damn town. So it happens over and over and over again. What happened in Rosewood, baby? You gotta go do the research. But make a long story short, white woman was cheating on her husband. He found out she was cheating, and rather than deal with the fact that she got caught cheating, she lied and said a black man raped her. That's another conversation. Go. It's books, it's movies. Go on, look it up. Go on, look it up. But yeah, Rosewood was an all-white town down in Florida. And so it's like, I'm sick of it. I'm sick of seeing it. You know, and again, I know that there's language. I know we have federal hate crimes. I know we got all of that if you want to be charged, they can charge you under that umbrella. But I want specific language. Because the problem is now you're leaving it up to the interpretation of the district attorney. The district attorney in New York said, hey, but we know who the district attorney in New York is a black woman. And she said, oh no, you want to be running around hotels accusing little black kids minding their damn business of stealing your cell phone. Oh no, we got something for you. Remember, they sent the police to California to go get her ass, remember? But y'all know that's the exception. That ain't the rule. Yes, that's what the movie Rosewood is about. Yep. I've always heard when a white woman cries, everybody going to jail. See? And it ain't no lie. It's not a lie. It's not a lie. Crying fake white tears, but will take, well. And there was a whole thing on TikTok again. Tabitha must have stepped out of the chat. There was a whole thing on TikTok because she's kind of stepped away from TikTok, but there was a whole thing on TikTok, a trend, and that was what the trend was about. It was about white women pretending to cry and then, like, at a blink of an eye, fixing their face and showing how they cry on a dime and then they can fix their face. It was a whole trend on TikTok. Without legislation, it's a dead issue to everyone but us. True. True. Right. That's what I'm saying, Lauren Bishop. So again, when we leave things up to the interpretation of who's in charge, that's why we have this man, this up and down of what laws are going to be followed and what laws are going to be enforced. What? It was you. Yes, it was. You can go. The sound is disturbing. Huh? Yeah, I said that, but you didn't see my comment. I'm sorry, Joshua, if I missed your comment, baby. There are black men in prison right now on rape. Right. Absolutely. And we see, and let me tell y'all something. That is why I do not believe in the death penalty. When people ask me, do I believe in the death penalty? I do not. And I'm going to tell you why I don't believe in the death penalty. Because at the end of the day, death, you cannot undo. You can't give nobody their life back if they spend 20 years in jail for a crime they didn't commit, but you can at least let them out of jail and you can help them try to get their life back, right? But if you kill them, there is nothing there. And because my people have been so misprosecuted, and I don't think that's a word, but I made it up, for so many years and have been put in jail for so many years for crimes they did not commit. Look at how many black men, I ain't gonna get into how many white men, but look at how many black men have been released because of DNA that wasn't available 20, 30 years ago. And we're talking about for robbery, we're talking about for rape, we're talking about all these different crimes that now all of a sudden it was like, oops, my bad. So when people ask me, do I believe in the death penalty? Now, I'm sorry, and I always say I would like to think that, God forbid, if it's my situation, that did I have a sugar spike? Let me calm down. Did I have an El Teddy sugar spike? The black lady want to go fund me to sue the officers. Oh, okay. They killed an innocent black man recently. DNA cleared him after his execution. So that's my only thing. Like, we can't undo that. We just can't undo that. And so it's not based on my religious beliefs. It's only based on the fact that so many black men have been put in jail for crimes they did not commit. And if y'all go to like the Innocence Project and check the numbers, look at the numbers of the Innocence Project. Look at Olivia Benson from Law and Order, SVU. I know that's not her real name, but y'all know I'm gonna fuck her name up if I try to say her real name. But she actually has a whole organization, and the organization is strictly about getting rape kits tested. Do y'all know how many rape kits, are sitting on shelves at police districts all throughout the United States because they don't have the money to actually process these rape kits? And there's so many people that could be cleared and or be held for more time because they could be serial rapists. So you have, I know her name, I just don't want to fuck up the pronunciation. So you have so many people throughout the United States where they could possibly be holding people for longer or letting people go. So she has a whole organization that she has, and that's their whole goal. I forget the name of it, but that's their whole goal, is to basically yeah, y'all know what I just said. Do me a favor, y'all. Everybody do me a favor right now, please. My mod that's in the room, can you drop that? Abby, did you get the link for the Soul Firm? Did you keep the link? Or little baby, that might be before you came in the room. The Soul Firm link might be before you came in the room. If y'all could please go over and subscribe. It's 90 people in the room right now. Let me take a pause for the calls. If y'all could all please go over. Thank y'all for coming back. I think we had 80 something people in the room when I had to shut my live down. I thank y'all for coming back. But can y'all please go over and subscribe to the Soul Firm for me, please, right now? That is where we do, if you love power, that is where we do the Power Podcast, and we dropped the episode on Sunday where we are talking about Power Book 3, our predictions, our thoughts. We talked about some of the character breakdown, and that kind of thing. So yeah, if you could get it for me, please. It's the Soul Firm, SOLE firm. TSF Entertainment. You'll see so if y'all could please go over and yes, Jane Mansfield was her mom. If y'all could please go over and subscribe to it. Thank you. Last but not least, before we get ready to get out of here, I wanted to talk to y'all about this conversation. Again, it's a Funky Dineva thing. Funky Dineva did a live the other day talking about how we as Black people need to unlearn some things. And it's not a long video. He uploaded it on his YouTube channel. I don't thank you. Those of you who already subscribed, thank you. And if you're not subscribed to me, go on and hit the subscribe button while you're in here. But he talked about when he was in therapy and he was talking. Thank you, Abby. Thank you so much. Y'all go ahead and subscribe. Thank you. He talked about how we as Black people need to unlearn some things. I do still do my videos on David Makes Man. My David Makes Man video from last night will be uploaded when we get off of here. I've already recorded it. I just got to upload it. And I did last week's episode. It was late, but it's up. I think what's today? Wednesday. I think I uploaded maybe Sunday or Monday, but it's up. And then last night's episode, it'll be up tonight. Before I go to bed tonight, it'll be up. Yeah. Sorry about that. I was on vacation, so all my videos are running late. I'm trying to get caught up. I'm working on it. And so if you go back and you look at it, you guys, and you listen to and again, I don't always agree with everything that Funky Dineva says. And sometimes I agree with some of what Funky Dineva says. I don't always agree with how he says it, right? Because sometimes people can say stuff, but the way they present it is presented in a way that make you not want to hear what they have to say. So what he said was, he talked about habits that we were taught by our parents. And that's the other thing I want to say. And me and Abby ended up having this conversation too. Here's the other thing I want to say. It's okay to accept and admit that your parents taught you bad habits, not out of malice, but because they didn't know any better. It's okay. For example, Funky Dineva said he had a conversation with his mother. He was in college. He was paying for his credit card. All of us who went to college, we all know about that infamous credit card. They are waiting for you freshman year in the student lounge. They giving away a free cup, a free sweatshirt, a free pom-pom, something that you thought was real cute that became real expensive. And he said that he owed $120 on his credit card. He went, got the money order. His mother called him, and she said, "What you doing?" He said, "I'm on my way to the post office to mail off my money order for my credit card." His mother said, "Oh, I didn't know you had a credit card." "Well, how much are you sending?" She said, "How much do you owe?" He said, "I owe $125. She said, "Well, how much are you getting ready to pay?" He said, "I'm going to pay $125. She said, "Don't you give them all your money. Send them $20 and keep the rest." Bad advice. Fast forward, Funky Dineva said it took him 20 years to unlearn bad financial habits. He said it took him 20 years or however many years to get that mindset out that it's okay. He said his mother told him, it's, the utility company, they give you 2 months to pay your bills. It's okay. You can pay them late. Bad habits. Now, he's not blaming his mother because at the end of the day, we got free will. But again, that's what his mother is telling him. He don't know no better. He's a freshman in college and didn't have a whole lot of money. So you telling me, oh, I really don't have to give him all $120 or $25. I can keep 100 of it and just send off money and I'm going to be all right. My mother taught me to save, made me save my money. When I started getting an allowance, she made me save part of my allowance. She made me tithe and she made me save. Nothing wrong with that. But here's the problem. She didn't teach me to invest. Now, I love my mama to death, and I think my mama did a hell of a job raising me, and I'm not blaming her for nothing. But that is a fact. So it's okay for us to say, listen, our parents taught us bad habits because they didn't know any better. And me and my mom have had some honest conversations, and she said, I taught y'all to save because that's what I was taught. Now, my mama can save some money. Yes, like driving with the lights on. in the car at night is illegal, or a red car is going to give you high insurance. Oh, well, I don't really watch him on Fox Soul, so I don't know what he be talking about on Fox Soul. I've had my son in therapy since he was 15. He is not going to do no girl wrong. Okay. Yeah, right. Wait for the shut-off notice. And I'll be honest with you, I've had that mentality in my lifetime. Like, I can pay that bill late because I know I got another 30 days before they cut me off. And then I would get indignant if I got cut off. Ma'am, you are 2 months behind. I mean, this is a conversation I have with myself, okay? Black folks from disenfranchised neighborhoods don't know anything about financial literacy because most Black people didn't come from wealth. Right. And so that's the point I'm making is it's okay to say, listen, my parents didn't teach me this, not because they were bad parents or they were negligent in raising me. They did not know any better. And what the point he's making is we have to unlearn bad habits. That is a bad habit. It's a bad habit that we feel like criticizing our parents is wrong. And what I mean, again, I ain't saying my mom was a bad parent. That is not what I'm saying. And so to say that my mother taught me how to save, but she did not teach me how to invest. And when I had the conversation with my mother, she said, hey, I was never taught. And why wasn't she taught? Because my grandmother probably or grandparents didn't know. They taught her to save her money. When my grandmother died with a good little piece of change in the bank. But it probably could have been 3 times that if she had invested it. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's nothing wrong with telling your kids to invest. But how do we go to that next level is we have to learn something different. Paying your bills, financial literacy. We got to learn something different. Even food. He talked about food. And I'm guilty. It's nothing wrong with eating soul food every once in a while. It's something wrong with frying every fucking meal, though. It is. Yeah. Ain't nothing wrong with a salad every once in a while. You know what I'm saying? And so I just thought, listen, y'all, it's not long. It's not real preachy because, it ain't like it's an hour-long video of him preaching. It's like 7 minutes, 8 minutes. It's less than 10 minutes. I know that for a fact. It's less than 10 minutes. But it made me really think. I was like, you know what? He not wrong. We've got to stop excusing. Hey, Miss T Velocity, I promise. If you don't never believe nothing I said, I thought about you today. I said she must have already moved because I ain't seen Miss T Velocity in a minute. And I said she must have already moved because I know you was working on moving. And I saw your sister today in DC Kool-Aid and Lisa's chat. And I said, where is Miss T Velocity? I promise you I thought about you today. See how God be doing that? Right, that's it right there. Perfect. See, Golden, romancing the struggle. We got to stop romancing the struggle. The reality of the situation is our parents didn't teach us better. Oh, thank you. Thank you for the new subby. That's my boo thing, Jaded Nerd. Y'all know that's my boo. Thank you so much. Welcome. Is it Kitera? Because I will fuck up a name. Is it Kitera? Tell me if I'm right or wrong, because I don't want to say your name wrong. But I think that's the perfect way of putting that, C. Golden. We got to stop romancing the struggle. I love that. That's perfect. That's a perfect way of saying it. We've got to stop romancing the struggle. I had just missed her. She just left when you got there. Oh, dang. I missed her earlier. Oh, wow. Damn. Look at mother coming out the bushes. My mama was one to tell us not to turn down anything from anyone. So I asked her if I have a dining room set and someone offers me one, I should still take it. She said, so you're not going to be rich. Huh? I don't get that. So you're not going to be rich. I think I missed what you're saying right there, little baby. But I was, Jada Nerd's been letting have, and I'm here for, honey, Jaded had a fun one the other day when he was talking about that Hassan Campbell breakdown. That thing was funny to me. Anyway, y'all know Jada is shady as hell. Y'all know how Jada is, honey. But yeah, and so I just thought it was a good live. And I was like, I'm gonna come and talk to my people about it because I thought it was so good. And like I said, I don't agree with everything that Fucky Dineva says, and I don't even always, and sometimes I agree with what he's saying it, but I don't agree with how he says stuff. But that was a good one. That was definitely a good one. I think it's great that your mother taught you to save money. Yeah, I mean, she taught me to say. I ain't saying I always followed her advice, but she definitely, like I said, when I first started getting my allowance, if my allowance was $10 a week, she made me tithe 10%. She made me save 10%. She was like, you can have that other $8, but $1 going into the collection plate and $1 is going into your savings account. When I got my first job, same thing. Hey, Royal King. Hey. Child, that thing was hilarious to me. That Hassan and Kwame Brown thing, that thing felt, listen, hilarious. You know, so I, and I think about that a lot of times because I deal with that. And, you know, y'all know a lot of times stuff hits home for me because I deal with kids and I deal with the parents. And one thing my counselor after school would say all the time, she would always say, kids don't take after strangers. Meaning we would have a child that is off the hook, right? Off the hook, bouncing off the walls, maybe disrespectful, maybe cuss you out, like all of those different things that happen, you know, with kids, right? Then we would meet the parent. And my counselor would always say, kids don't take after strangers. And you'd be like, well, that's true. Kids don't take after strangers. And so it's you know, again, it's okay to say my mother did not teach me or my father did not teach me because they didn't know. And when it comes to financial literacy, that is definitely something that was not always taught, you know. But again, the more you talk about it, you know, in the Black community, we make money so taboo. We make money so taboo. Oh, don't talk about how much you make. Oh, don't talk about how much you spent on that. Oh, don't talk about what. Why not? That's how you learn. Because here's the reality of the situation. If you don't have no conversations with people, you never learn more than what you already knew. And I have a really good friend of mine. Me and her are really good friends, and we talk money all the time. All the time. We talk about stocks. She's the one me and her have been starting to buy. I mean, not just recently, but maybe about 10 or 15 years ago, we started buying stocks together. We started talking about financial literacy. We started talking about finances. I didn't own a lot of stocks and stuff. Like I still don't own a lot of stocks. I mean, I got some stock, but I didn't have a lot of stock. Absolutely, it's taught in other communities. It is absolutely taught in other communities. It is absolutely taught in other communities. You know, and they talk about money. And it's okay to talk about money. But we don't do that. So they can be waiting to get it from you. Coordinate so it's sold before it gets to your house so they can be waiting to get it from you. Your ancestors were enslaved, so they had no money, and that's matriculated down generations. Huh? Do you know that there are a lot of slaves who actually earned enough money to buy themselves out of slavery? Act like, let's not make that statement that slaves didn't have money and that's why we don't know about money. No, we don't. It's just financial literacy it just wasn't something that was stressed and it was taught. But let's be clear, listen, I could do a whole nother hour talking about that. It's by design. It is not by accident. It's not by accident that we were taught to save and they were taught to invest. It's not by accident. Virginia schools teach it as a mandate in high schools. Yeah. Like, I think we have a semester of it. I have a 401k and additional stock purchase plan through my job. No current disposable income for additional stock purchases currently. Yeah. But I'm not saying this to you, Ebby. I'm saying this in general. I ain't saying this to you. So I'm saying this in general. You can buy stock for as cheap as $5. I've bought penny stock. It ain't all stock ain't Apple and Coca-Cola and Tesla. I got penny stock. But if you save, you can invest. But if you don't know how to invest, see, Joshua, again, that is a taught skill. Nope. The average person, and this isn't anything, the average person isn't taught about the stock market, but there's no skill in opening a savings account. But you got to have some knowledge to know what you're doing about stock and all of that. But there's no skill involved in learning how to open up a savings account and put money in a savings account and don't touch it. That's willpower. That ain't skill. We have this thing also where we have this adult matters thing. Some things are off limits to kids, but teaching your kids about finance, especially when you've been bad with them, should be one. Also, letting your kids know what's going on financially. Again, I remember, my mama did it as a way to kind of teach me a lesson and get me to shut up. But I remember one time my mother actually sitting down and going over the household budget with me. I think I was probably complaining about not having money to do something or wanting her to pay for something, whatever the situation was. But she sat down and she showed me what they do with their money. Like, oh, that's what's going on with the money? Okay, I guess you don't have that extra $200 for them jeans I wanted or whatever it was at the time I was asking for a child. Who knows? It's difficult for generations of people to admit that some things were done out of survival and being learned behavior, but weren't the best way to do things. Right. The other thing he talked about in the video was beating your kids. Everybody, again, I'm not getting into that debate. I ain't going there. But again, there are conversations that can be had about abusing our kids. And there's a difference between a spanking and a beating. There's a difference between a spanking and abuse. And ain't nobody saying don't punish your kids when they do things they ain't supposed to do. Ain't nobody going down. And I'm not having that debate. I ain't going down that road with y'all today. Thank goodness for Cash App. That's how I started buying stock with less than $100. Robinhood is a good one. I know Robinhood's gotten in trouble over the last couple of months, but Robinhood is another one. They got penny stocks over there. Used to have a meeting at the beginning of the month with my kids, had to submit a requisition form to get their wants added to the monthly budget. I know that's right. I like that idea. You better give me a requisition, honey. First, most people can't save. Most people are paycheck to paycheck. And if you're talking about saving $1,000 before the end of the year, they can easily go out the window paying for a new transmission. Oh yeah, it don't get me wrong. I'm not great. Like I am horrible with money. Like if I'm gonna be real about it, I am horrible with money. My bills are paid, but girl, I'm just being real. I had a chance to put a little money in Netflix stock in 2017 and remember saying I'm not wasting money on something that's silly. Girl, oh that. You could kick yourself now, couldn't you? 2017. How much is Netflix stock worth now? Ooh. I told y'all I've been buying a lot of stock in cannabis companies because that's the wave. And some of the stock I've bought in these cannabis companies, I have bought for as cheap as $2, $3 a stock. Now, I ain't saying I got a whole lot of shares, but I'm in the game. I'm in the game. Anyway, I just wanted to throw that out there to y'all. It's a good, like I said, it's a good 9 minutes. I know it's not more than 10 minutes. It is less than a 10-minute video, but I thought it was a really good point he was making. I thought it was some valid points he was making, that he was just saying how we have to unlearn some things as Black folk. We've got to unlearn some bad habits. And we've got to say, I know Big Mama taught us to do this, but I know this is what my parents always did, but it's okay. And again, it's not an indictment on your parents. Nobody is saying that your parents didn't do the best they could with what they had, but that is why the statement is unlearning the bad habits. Funky Dineva said his mother did the best she could with what she knew. She wasn't consciously teaching him bad financial literacy. She wasn't teaching him to be a bad person financially. She didn't know no better. She was going by what she was taught. So that's why it's no indictment on his parents or my parents or your parents. It's just we're going to recognize that that's not the best way to do things, and we're going to move in a different direction. Yeah, stocks are definitely like, I definitely would not recommend people, quote, if you don't know nothing about the stock market or you're learning, that's not the time to quote unquote play in the stock market, because that's no. I would, if you're going to do that, I would say take some classes. And there are a lot of classes out there. Just got to do the research and make sure you're not taking, you want to take a class that's going to really be beneficial. But there are a lot of classes out there that you can take. Hey, little Mackie, hey. And there's stock clubs, and there are all kinds of stuff that you can look into. But again, understand that there is a difference between saving and investing, and there's nothing wrong with saving. There's nothing wrong with saving. But when we start talking about creating generational wealth, that's where you want to be investing. Yes, another habit we have to break is keeping up with our medical. Absolutely. Absolutely. Getting, for the women, getting your mammograms and getting your pap smears regularly. For the men, getting getting your prostates and all that stuff taken care. Like, absolutely it is. Absolutely it is. Right, little baby. Exactly. All right, y'all. I've been on here for almost 2 hours because that first live was almost an hour before we had to shut it down. And we've been on here again for another hour. I got to get ready for the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Okay. David Makes Man will be up tonight because, like I said, I have already recorded it. I'm going to try to get you guys a few more. I'll probably get Beverly Hills out tonight so we can talk about it tomorrow. Not sure what else I'm gonna put up, but I'm trying to get caught up. Still trying to get caught up. Like I said, I'm on my old computer. It's a little slow. It's slowing me down, but we working on it. We working on it. Anyway, with that being said, thank y'all so much for being here. If you are not subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. Go ahead and check out the Avon. Hold on. Is Avon up? Hold on. Hold on. Y'all go on and check out that Avon link. Go on, check out that Avon link. And please make sure, if you have not already subscribed to the Soul Firm, please go over and subscribe to the Soul Firm. It would be much appreciated. And I will see y'all back tomorrow. Thank you, everybody. Yeah, your colonoscopies too, child. Exactly, Yana. Exactly. Exactly. All right, y'all. I will see y'all tomorrow. Well, I'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace. Well, Lord willing, I'll see y'all tomorrow.